Yeah. Good morning. Show starts in 4 minutes. Go. Yeah. The morning motivation show starts in 4 minutes flat. You heard? Yeah. Show starts in 3 minutes, you heard? Show starts in 3 minutes, you heard? Good morning. I said good morning. What's going on, everybody? My name is KaleafWins, host of the Morning Motivation Show. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing today? What's your day like? What's your mind like? What's your grind like? What's your motivation for today? This Morning Motivation Show, like all the Morning Motivation shows that I create, is on Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube Live. You know the vibes. And as we start with every show, you know what's going on. Let's get to our quick pick-me-ups. Let's go. Hey, hey, hey. What's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, come on. Good morning, good morning, good morning, come on. Good, hey. Let's start about that with our quick pick-me-ups for the day. Let's go. Before you go to work in the palace, you gotta be faithful in the field. That's a fact. Don't get mad at somebody for being who they've always been. Be upset with yourself for not coming to terms with it sooner. That's a fact. Woo! Most relationships don't die from natural causes. They are killed by a lack of loyalty, selfishness, and lies. Ain't that a fact? Don't be ashamed of your mistakes. Be ashamed if you aren't learning from them. That's a fact. God often removes a person from your life for your protection. I repeat, listen up. God often removes a person from your life for your protection. Ain't that a fact? Don't adapt to the energy in the room. Influence the energy in the room. That's a fact. The older I get, the more I realize the value. Hey, oh, just bounce with me. Good morning, hey. Just bounce with me. Good morning, hey. Just bounce. Everybody wake up and just bounce. Everybody wake up and just bounce. Hey, hey. Let's get to the next quick pick-me-up. Y'all ready? Let's go. The older I get, the more I realize the value of staying low-key, of cultivating your circle, and only letting certain people in. You can be open, honest, and real while still understanding that everybody does not deserve a seat at your table. You heard? Real isn't who's with you at the celebration. Real is who's with you when you at rock bottom. I know what that feels like. If you know, put in the comments. Excuses will always be there for you, but opportunities won't. You heard? The truth is only a threat to those who benefit from the lies. Oh my God. How many people benefiting and trying to benefit off of you with lies? Put it in the comments. Let me know. And let's go. Pay very close attention to who interrupts any peace in your life. Pay very close attention to what and who interrupts your peace. That's a bar. And like we always do towards the end of our show, I want everybody to repeat after me. Hey, hey, just bounce. Just bounce. Repeat after me. Today is my day no matter what. I won't let any hater at my job get me down. You heard? I won't let me stress myself out. You heard? I decide today to have a great day today. You heard? Yo, what's going on? It's your man KaleafWins. That was your quick pick me up. You know the vibes. Listen, for those who've never seen my show before, those who don't understand why is this grown man in a Snuggie. You know, this one of my 3 days that I stream, it's like morning Snuggie mode. I'm thugging out with a New York Snuggie. I am the host, KaleafWins, of what? Of the Morning Motivation Show. Word, what's that? A show for everybody who needs a quick pick-me-up when they want to pick up their phone when they wake up. When they're on their way to work, they want to play something in their car. When they're in the house getting dressed, they want to play something that helps them lift them up with facts, not motivational fluff and garbage and cap. No cap allowed. And today's topic, whew. Today's topic is do something that outlasts you. I repeat, do something that outlasts you. I'm going to run the track and then I'm going to catch y'all on the other end. Let's check it out.
Legacy is every life you have touched.
Facts.
Your legacy is every person you have met whose influence was felt by you. Every single person.
So I want to be remembered for a person that did his best to leave people better after he met them. I want to be remembered for that guy who truly adds value to the lives of everyone in some capacity.
At the end of the day, the goal isn't to live forever. The goal is to create something that will.
So I don't look at legacy exactly like I used to, of being, you know, the business and the way of life that I pass on to my kids. Now I look at it a lot more like how I respond to really small everyday situations. So it helps me to realize there's some things in the legacy I'm passing on that I need to change, and I need to grow through that.
So when that day comes and we're all going to meet it, we're all going to hit that finishing line, what do you want to be remembered for? What's the legacy that you're going to leave behind that people will remember your name for? Is it going to be that you were Employee of the Month, you never upset anyone, you know, you were good at this and an average Joe? Or do you want to leave a legacy that showed that you were a mover and shaker, that you lived life on your terms?
Yup.
Because, you know, at my age now, I go to more funerals than I go to weddings, baptisms, and everything else put together. And the stories that come out about people, the way they're remembered, just proves the legacy they leave behind. Leave a legacy, not a tombstone.
Facts.
And now to know that there's a good chance that this is something that could potentially be around well after I leave this planet, it's a good feeling.
Rest in peace, Paul Walker. You know the vibes. Rest in peace, Paul Walker. You know the vibes. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Motivation Show. Today's topic is do something that outlasts you, and I got to keep it real. Why'd you come up with the topic, KaleafWins? Guess what? Number one, big shout out to the homie who hooked me up with the morning Snuggie. It feels good. Feels like the sheet is on me today. The sheet is on me. If whatever state you from, tell me how your morning's going. What's your motivation for the morning? Yeah, let me get myself up because it's been a long night. But the topic of today is do something that outlasts you. Why did I come out with the topic? Well, unfortunately, and again, this ain't a downer episode. This is I learned the lesson through a hard situation. I want to share it. And if you guys been through something like that, please share your gems in the comments. Big shout out to the soror, Kiva Smith, showing love. Good morning, soror. Thank you so much. You have a great day. This topic came about because last night we spent time at a funeral, one of my in-laws side of the family, that side of the family. And honestly, I don't like going to funerals at all. But the funeral was so inspiring because the great matriarch of the family passed. But the stories that they told throughout the whole night last night was like, wow, this person has a legacy, a life that outlasts them. And I'm sitting there, because I'm not gonna lie. I used to go to church a lot. I do not. It's not a me thing. No shot to anybody else. It's just not me. And I ain't been to church in a minute, like God knows how long, a long time. And every person hit the podium. Oh my God, she was this, that, and the other. Another person came up. Oh my God, they were this, that, and the other. And literally by the end of the funeral service, when everybody went to the repast, you know, that's where the food is at. For all my people who are not melonly inclined to know what that is, well, the food is at. Literally, every people who didn't meet each other from different sides of the family or people who were friends and acquaintances, they were sharing stories and they were talking about the gift that person who transitioned on gave to them. And I'm literally at the repast. My daughter's like, yo, daddy, give me some chicken tenders. And while she was saying that, I was like, yo, do I have the legacy other than my children that is going to outlast me? What am I doing right now? Even with this content, even one Morning Motivation Show, what is the motivation and what is the things that I'm investing so much time in right now? Will it outlast me? And that's why the topic of the show is motivating, but it's forward thinking. Again, I don't like motivation because it's literally like fluff. Somebody says something, hey, you have a great day no matter what. We can't go on out when we have a stressful day. I'm into strategy. And before we get to the topic, real talk. Please support my channel. I'm an independent content creator, and I'm really trying to step my game up and get my cameras up. If you love my show, not only subscribe to my YouTube channel, link in bio, but please donate and support a brother so I can get my camera set up and have a nice place so I can most definitely, in terms of a studio location, please donate to my Cash App at $ KaleafWins or go to my link in bio and click support channel. I have a son coming in 5.5 weeks. Yep. First son, never had a father in my life. Another show, another topic. We'll discuss that there. But please support my show. I'm trying to bring this to the masses. My show is about edification, not hating the cap. You heard? So let me get that off. So yeah, the title of the show is Do Something That Outlasts You. This show is going to be direct to the point. If you have a story, please put it in the comments because you never know how your comment can positively affect somebody that's watching this. So let's get to it, straight to do it. This is the first message of the day. I repeat, Here's your message of the day. What are we investing a lot of our time into that doesn't even deserve our time and our energy? What can we do to start? Oh, sorry, I need some coffee. Anyway, what can we start doing today to build in this life that we've always wanted to do that will outlast us when we're gone? When you start living every day with your purpose on your mind every day, you stop wasting time with certain people, certain places, and certain things. You heard? That's literally what I wrote last night in the car ride back from the funeral. It was like, yo, I don't take harsh moments as just harsh moments. It hurts. Wife's crying. I remember, the great matriarch of the family. Remember the memories, but she lived such a fire life. What do I mean? A great life. Helped so many people. Was there. Born in 1930. Such a great life. Since 1930 to this year, literally helped like hundreds and thousands of people. And I'm like, yo, am I doing something that's going to outlast me? I was riding in the car, I was like, yo, word, what am I doing that's going to outlast me? And today we're going to discuss two areas after this message of the day. The first area is the common regrets that people have if they really don't go for it in their life. And then secondly, ways that we can leave a legacy that outlasts us. But as I always do on my show, please, if you know great strategies, great ideas that can help somebody, because you never know who's in the comments, don't pay attention to the views. You never know who looks through. If you have strategy, you have good ideas on what can outlast, what can we all do that we can implement in our lives starting now that can leave a legacy and really something that outlasts us, outlive us forever, please put in the comments. I got that suggestion. So recap, message of the day, what are we investing a lot of time into that doesn't deserve our time and our energy? What can we start doing today to build the life that we've always wanted that will outlast us when we're gone? And when you start living every day with your purpose on your mind, you stop wasting time with certain people, places, and things. Before I get off of that, I want you to remember this. If it ain't getting you closer to what you want in your life, I don't care what person, I don't care what family member, I don't care what friend, even our personal habits, if it ain't getting us closer to what we know that we're supposed to do and knock out for something that outlasts us, remove it out of your life. I'm doing this actively. I do it daily, weekly, quarterly. If somebody has a conversation and they're on a particular frequency or vibe, big shout out to Infinite Talks Podcast on Spotify, you know what I'm saying? But if they're on a particular vibe, I ain't trying to hear you. If you really have this, and again, I'm sorry to say, some people are stuck in a perpetual loser mentality. Some people are stuck in woe is me, Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. I'm going to complain. I can't be around people like that. It's not a shot. We got the same internet in the same 24 hours. And I'll say this, everybody has a different situation. I love mental health therapy. If you feel like you are going through, there are therapeutic resources in your individual state that are free. There are therapeutic resources at most jobs and companies that you work at. Please get help. I don't understand why people trip and acting like, oh, I ain't gonna do that. My mindset when it comes to getting therapy is simply this. If I go to the dry cleaners to clean my clothes because I like the way they iron it and they're professionals that iron it and clean it in a particular way, I pay them money to get my clothes done. But when it comes to things going on in my chest and my emotion that I have no idea how to deal with because, as black men, and again, I can hear people in the comments now, oh my God, it's not a race thing. Oh my God, yes it is systematically. If you don't know, you gotta know. But as black men, we hold things in and we don't tell anybody. A therapist is literally a cheat code. This person ain't gonna snitch and they get paid out my insurance. I love the idea, no snitching. If you can't deal with your current space of life, go to betterhelp.com, go to resources at yourstate.gov for free mental health resources, free therapeutic resources, your job, your HR department for free therapeutic resources. Don't be ashamed if you need help, get in the game. So now, topic of the day is do something that outlasts you. We're going to first talk about most regrets that people have towards the end of their life. And then second, we're going to bring up the solutions. So let's go with this information. Number one, most common regrets in life from this compilation that I've literally compiled. Number one, not accomplishing more in their life. What troubles people later in their life are the chances that they didn't take or the achievements that they didn't accomplish, explains Karen R. Koenig, a licensed psychotherapist. I repeat, a big regret of a lot of people at the end of their life is not accomplishing more. What are we not accomplishing because we've allowed and believed that our excuses to say that we can't do it? Think about it. We all do it in certain areas of our life. If somebody says something to you when you share this video, how you feel about what he got to say? Yes, He's a host who ain't got his ish together, and he's trying to get it together every day, and he's sharing information about his experiences so we can come together as a community. I'm finding my tribe of people grinding to the top. If you're with me, say it in the comments. But yes, the most common regret in life, one of the areas I compiled, there are many, is not accomplishing more, what troubles people later in their life, or the chances they didn't take, or the achievements that they didn't accomplish, explains Karen Koenig, a licensed psychotherapist. Next most common regret in life is working too much. I've said this on past morning motivation shows. I've said this on videos, but I cannot stress this enough. Your job will replace you if something happened to you bad. Your job is not worth your mental and physical health. They will replace you in the next week. Stop giving your body, heart, and mind to an employer who will replace you instantly as soon as you physically can't leave. Again, I'll say the story, flip it fast. If you heard it before, let's go. I literally worked at a summer school within a high school when I worked as a youth advocate in Brownsville, Brooklyn. Big up Brooklyn. And when I got there, somebody, and it was at this newer school, because I was at this regular school during the rest of the year, and I went to this newer school, and it was a teacher there, or an administrative faculty person, who died of a heart attack at the job the week prior. I walked in there the first day of work in summer school at that brand new location. Everybody was visibly distraught. They replaced her in 2 days, and everybody stopped talking about her. Stop giving your health, stop giving your heart, stop giving your emotions and your mental health and sacrificing it for an employer that will erase you and replace you as quick as possible and ain't gonna be there for your kids and your family. So one of the most common regrets in life is working too much. A palliative care nurse, Bonnie Ware, writes on her blog, working too hard at the expense of her personal life is one of the most commonly cited regrets among the dying. All of the men I nursed deeply regretted spending so much of their lives on a treadmill of the work existence, she notes. Listen, we were not born to get a job, pay bills, go to sleep, repeat process, and pass away. We're not born for that. I understand we gotta pay bills, but don't let these employers, listen, this is a chip on my shoulder, I've been through it. Employers try to take advantage, like, no, you belong to us. Listen, my work contract don't mean that I'm signing my soul off. Let's get that correct. Let's get that correct. That's a huge red flag. Listen, this is a common regret from people who are literally on their way out. Let's go to the third common regret in life that I've compiled. Caring more about what other people think of you. Oh my God. How many times did we stop doing what we want to do, limit our ability, limit our capability? Oh, I don't know what my homegirl going to say. I'm going to look crazy. I don't want people to say anything about you. Listen, I'm going to tell you from experience right now. I've been a full-time content creator for 8 months. Guess what? Guess what? Come closer. Guess what? Most of your support will come from strangers and people you've never met. And hold on. One more thing. They going to talk about you anyway. They're going to talk about you anyway. Literally. Most common regret in life is caring more about what other people think of you. Stop wasting your moments on other people's opinions. Ultimately, they are just opinions for those who don't fully share your reality. Here's the bar. Ultimately, and I need to wake up with coffee. Ultimately, they are just opinions from those who don't fully share your reality. What is the reality you're building? The topic of the show is do something to outlast you. We're focusing on the first part, the common regrets, and then we're going to focus on solutions and things we can implement. If you have greater things to implement to add to the conversation, because I'm looking for conversation adders as I'm here, relaxed in the Brooklyn, New York City Snuggie. You heard? Relaxed in my Snuggie. This is a Snuggie show. You feel me? Stop wasting your moments on other people's opinions. It don't matter. People going to talk bad about you anyway. Tyler Perry started from sleeping in his car, being in debt, pushing plays. Now his house looks like the Avengers headquarters. I said it the last show. Focus on the vision. Focus on your purpose, because your purpose and what you're supposed to bring to this world in our temporary time here. Let me hold on this. Well, let me go to the next. Well, let me hold on this. See, this is live and direct. Think about it. We are here for a limited amount of time. I love doing a morning motivation show because I needed something in the morning to give me a quick jolt, a quick perspective. I said, there's nothing out there. This is a bunch of people just really trying to be toxic, complaining, messy just to get attention. I don't like attention. I'm 6'6", almost 300 pounds. I've gotten attention since I'm 16 and I'm in my 40s. I'm looking good at it as well. The point is, literally, I created this show because it's something that I have a passion to do, to give people a jolt to wake up. That's my thing. This is something that my children can play for generations and generations and generations and generations. This is my mark on the world. You may think it's a little thing. Oh my God, he ain't got followers. It ain't about followers. My kids can watch these videos in 20 years and be like, that was my daddy. And hey kids, that was your grandpa. This is an example of doing something that outlasts you. Let's get out of these common regrets. Not taking vacations or traveling more. Listen, I've been guilty of this. If you've been guilty of this, put it in a comment and tell us the solution that you implemented. Have you said what we've all said? Nah, I don't feel like going this year. I'll go next year. I see them. And then the person you love who was on that trip is not here this year. Yeah. The regret was soul crushing after the pandemic. I should have went to certain places in certain states on certain trips. I was like, nah, I ain't got all the money in the world. Nah, dad, that's gonna really set me back. And the person in 2019 that I said I'd do it in 2020, they were not here after lockdown. If you know that I know, so the number 5 most common regrets in life that people when they transition are not taking vacations or travel more. Listen, take your PTO time. Take your PTO time. Facts. And the last most common regret is not spending more time with your kids and your family. Quick story, you know the vibes. I'm just like big 60-second story dude. Wow, I say that 3 times fast, you heard? When I was really young and I was growing up in Puerto Rico after I was born, in Harlem Hospital, and they flew up me out to Puerto Rico and I spent a lot of years there. My grandmother would bring me because she would do, I believe it was a ministry, or just going to her friends' houses who were in hospice. And I would sit next to them in hospice and they would sit there and tell me hey, don't waste your time. Life is too short. The years are going to fly. And again, anytime I intake something really harsh, I have to do something with the energy like I've suggested you guys. I revert it. And if God put me in a situation, what's the lesson I'm trying to learn from it? And how can I use it to fuel my goals? You understand what I'm saying? So, sitting next to people who are transitioning, sitting next to them, hearing the jewels, hearing the information. They wish they did this. They wish they were good with this. They wish they were good with that. That was like when I was like 5 through like 7 and 8. Now in my 40s, I'm like, wow, I listen to half of the information, but we all repeat the same mistakes because history repeats itself. There ain't nothing new under the sun. If you know, you know. So this most common regret in life of not spending more time with your kids and your family is brutal. And I saw the after effects of it last night as we were talking to some people, and my in-laws' family was like, Dad, I meant to go over there, but I didn't go over there because I thought she would be here. I thought it was nothing. We just don't know. We don't know. So let's focus on things that we can do that outlast us. Again, I'm KaleafWins, host and creator of the Morning Motivation Show on YouTube Live Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time for a limited time, because in about 5 weeks, my son will be born, you heard? If you want to help us out with the baby registry, please hit my link in bio. Please help us out with the baby registry. Not the point, but we move further. Please support my channel, link in bio as well. I'm trying to get new cameras and new things so I can make this pop off. Let's talk about ways that we can do things that outlast us. Let's go. Here's a suggestion I have. Please put your suggestion in the comments on how you can make your mark in life. Start with your family. I've been hard-pressed, I've been focused for the past 6 months. I was like, I'm a content creator. I'm posting content on the internet, but when it comes to my family, let me start at my house first. Hey, I want videos of my mother, so my daughter and then my new son is going to see videos of their grandmother in her natural space. Because one thing I dislike about funerals or gatherings is people's interpretation and rewriting history of a family member that you love and saying, your mother was like that. No, I got video footage of my moms and everybody in my family like that. My kids can run the track and see who their great-grandmother, grandmother, and so on and so forth is, and they can even see what my life is. Number 1, start with your family to make your mark on life, something that outlasts you. Document your family traditions. Write down your family stories. Create a digital time capsule of your family and yourself. Let's break here. Number 1. All last night, they talked about the matriarch of the family, and they were saying, oh, my God, her mac and cheese. Oh, my God, her fried chicken. Oh, my God, her chocolate cake. Oh, my God, her pineapple upside-down cake. My ignorant, hungry butt, I looked over to my wife, and I was like, who does she pass her cooking anointing to? Because hearing all these great stories got me hungry. It's the truth. Then we went down to the repast, and I'm like, Dad, I wish you was still here, man. The food was the food. Yeah, I remember her cooking. Her cooking was fire. It was like should be paid for in an often food. Y'all know you got to cook in a family like that. So a great way you can make a mark in life is start with your family. Like Outcast says in one of their songs, I think it was Humble Moon, but they said, if you want to rule the world, start with your corner. Sorry, I just had to put it out there. Thank you. Thank you for the bars. Thank you. Start with your family. Document your family traditions. Do your family have recipes that you want to document for your kids? Keep recipes in the family. Write down your family stories. Don't let strangers tell your family stories. You tell your family stories. Write them down and then create a digital time capsule of your family and yourself so you can have videos. I have a close friend, last story, 30 seconds, here we go. I got another close friend, she recently lost her brother. Great, impactful guy. I said, yo, how many videos you got up of him? She said, I only got one because he didn't like videos. And I understood because, of his career. He had cameras throughout his entire life. And he said, you want a video? She was like, yeah. I said, yo, don't you wish you had literally 30 little video snippets, so when you're feeling down and you want to feel their presence and you want to really enjoy their personality, you can see it. Everybody, a great way to make a mark in your life is start in your family and create a digital time capsule for your family and yourself. And do it for yourself as well. Again, this is KaleafWins, creator and founder of the Morning Motivation Show at 8 a.m. Eastern, live, because that's why it's live. Mess ups and all is included. Live from New York City, streaming on YouTube Live. If you love my content, want to support my content, please go to my link in bio and most definitely support my show. The next way you can make your mark in your life, write a series of books. Somebody's like, yo, you tripping, son. I'm not a writer, but guess what? Books always outlast their authors. That's something that can outlast us. It tells the mind of an author. Maya Angelou is not even here anymore, but we can read countless documentation of her mindset in those times within the poems, within things that we wrote. Same thing with James Baldwin. You can read James Baldwin's book, or you can read Martin Luther King's book, but you can read the essays and their writings, and then you can experience what they were thinking through their writings. Books always outlast the author. Somebody says, I ain't doing all that. Well, this might not be that serious to you. But for those who's that serious for, think about it. Everybody watching this can write a book. How do I know? How many posts we do every 3 months on social media, I'm saying. We write how many captions every 3 months on social media? A month is 4 weeks, 3 months. 4 times 3 is 12. So within 12 weeks, every quarter of the year or mini quarter of the year, how many captions do we write? Hundreds of lines, we don't notice it. But you can't write a book that your kids can have about your experiences, some life lessons and jewels. We're talking about what the topic of the show is. Do something that outlasts you today. And a great idea is write a series of books. Books always outlast their authors. Yeah, speak correctly. It's the morning. Need more coffee. It can give generations of your family and friends an idea of who you are on a deeper level. Think about it. When you go to a wake, you go to a funeral, when somebody transitions that you really care about, when you have kids and then when there's cousins, the first cousins, second cousins, there are people, even my own biological father who was not in my life like that. Excuse me. I wish that I can access a trove of essays to see what his mind was like. Where was his mind like? Even though, you abandoned us, whatever, I want a historical reference to see where his mind was like. Maybe a video catalog, a time capsule, something. All I had was 2 experiences. One when I was really, really young, and then 2 when he was on his deathbed. I have nothing. How many of us who have family members who transition and we didn't document it? And some people are like, that ain't my responsibility. This might not be that serious for you like it is for me. Life is too short. Because I repeat, our life is born, exist, dip. Translation, this process, transition. Born, life, dip, and we don't know the dip period, pause. We don't know the transition time. So within this time frame, we got to leave a mark. What type of mark are you trying to make? Let's go. Last but not least, when you speak for yourself, no one can speak for you. Share your voice. Again, if you think you can't write books, how many captions you write every 3 months on those social media pages? Better yet, let's say you that person again, because there's always the consummate haters. Oh, I don't do this because they always have an excuse for something. Let's get to it. How many texts did you send in 12 weeks? The way to buy the elephant is one bite at a time. I mean, the work is not worth putting your mind in paper. I don't want people knowing my business. What about your kids? Oh, I ain't got kids. Everybody, see, again, there's 2 types of people. People that are going to create the excuse why something can't be done and try to hate on the person doing it. Can't hate on me because I'm a still work and grind no matter what happens. 2, or people be like, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Let me glean something from that. They do it, and then you guys share me the information because we're all here to learn. This is a learning community at KaleafWins based shows. Morning Motivation Show, Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays for a limited time. We're going to close the season off very soon in a couple weeks. But my podcast on YouTube and the playlist. But the next way you can make a mark in your life, and tell me how you feel in the comments. Create your art. There are people who have big careers. They're big in other places. If you're a painter, paint as many pieces as you love. Art always outlasts the artist. If you're a rapper, just don't try to be famous, but real talk, I'm gonna tell the story. If you're a rapper, create as many albums as you like. Listen, I used to rap for a long time back in the days, and I used to produce heavy. My 8-year-old daughter is losing it. Daddy, you said that because I got raps with no cuss words. And I thought to myself, marketing, companies, branding, my 8-year-old loses her mind as she hears me when I'm 16, 24, 34, whatever. There is something that my daughter can remember that she can pass on to her kids. It may seem silly to you, but we're talking about making your mark in life. Here are options. Create your art. If you're a content creator like me, create as much videos as possible. Something happened to me. My daughter, as of current, has literally 186 videos on YouTube with me talking, with me being myself. She can see my personality, hear my information. It's a treasure trove of data to pass down to our families. Again, the show is called Do Something That Outlasts You, and we're in the Make Your Mark section, create your art. If you're a cook, create a recipe book. Just give it to your family. Just create something that lands with your mark. Last but not least, to make your mark in life, invent new products and create new patents. When I first went to Wilberforce University, you know the vibes. Alumni of Wilberforce University, 1856, proud member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Blue Phi, you know. Sorry, I'm excited. I love my school, love the frat. Anyway, when I was at Wilberforce University and I learned about the Reconstruction era of America, I heard stories about a lot of black inventors, or a lot of black people just got patents on stuff. Everything was ownership. And then I read something, I forgot what company recently, this older black male, well, I don't know if it's Google or whatever. Listen, I'm researching. Google is your friend. He has hundreds of patents, and he just left the role, and he's living off of hundreds of patents. If anybody doesn't know what that is, if I create a Snuggie just for me, but it has a particular design that no other company has, I can put a patent, trademark, and that could be my trademark, and that could be licensed to companies. If you really want this idea to make a mark in your life, invent new products and create new patents on it, and that can be passed down to your kids. Everybody want to talk about generational wealth as some sort of catchphrase. There's different avenues of generational wealth that you can make your mark in life. But here are the areas right here. Just think about it before I go to this. Number one, here's the solutions. If you have better solutions on how somebody can make a mark in their life, I'm going to read mine off, put it in the comments. Number one, invent new products and create new patents that you can pass down to your children's children. Create your art. If you're a painter, create as many pieces as you love to. If you're a rapper, create as many albums as you like. If you're a content creator like me, create as many videos as possible. Whatever your art is, create so much of it so that if you were to leave here, your kids, your family can have literally a record throughout 100 years later of your history digitally. Make your mark in life. Write a series of books. Books are always outlast their authors. It can give generations of your family and friends an idea of who you are on a deeper level. And when you speak for yourself, nobody can speak for you. Share your voice. Don't let somebody try to rewrite your personality and history. It's like the telephone game back in the days. Pardon me, I'm old. I don't know if they still play telephone. You take a can, you take another can. You put a string on two and you talk, and you might be able to hear a warble or something like that. And then that interpretation, if you play telephone with like 10 people, a person can say the message like, eat the watermelons. By the time it gets to the 10th person, they're like, I don't like watermelons. You don't want your personality, your lineage to be lost in translation. And writing a series of books can help people get a clear mind of who their grandfather was, their great-grandfather was, their grandmother, their great-grandmother, so on and so forth, their auntie. Another way you can make your mark in your life, and that's the first way, is start with your family. Document your family traditions, write down family stories, create a digital time capsule for yourself and your family. Now, let me just get some real talk. Make a difference. Change the game for the better. Be a guide that somebody else can follow and make better, and then somebody else will follow, by Carlos Wallace. I repeat, make a difference. Change the game for the better. Be a guide that someone else can follow and make them better, and then somebody else will follow, from Carlos Wallace. Think about this. Do you want to be remembered for the money you made or the life that you live? Richie Norton. That's a fact. Do you want to be remembered for the money you made or the life that you lived? Real talk. The title of the show is Do Something That Outlasts You. I came up with the show, went to a family member's funeral. It inspired me with that person's stories. And I asked myself, what am I doing that can outlast me and my kids can benefit? This show is one mark. I repeat, do you want to be remembered for the money that you made or the life that you lived? Next, yesterday is gone. Live for today and leave a legacy for tomorrow. I can't pronounce the name. I'm not going to butcher it, but I'll repeat it. Yesterday is gone. Live for today and leave a legacy for tomorrow. Think about it, everybody. This is not empty motivation. This is implemented strategy. Final question to everybody watching this. What kind of impact do you want to leave in this world? We only get one life. You are more than your career, more than your 9-to-5 job, and we can't get a reset button. Can you imagine, like one of the questions I asked yesterday, if you can go back 10 years in time, how would you eliminate the time wasters out of your life? What would you do different? I bet the number one thing of people who pass or about to pass, they're like, dag, I should have did this, but I was worried about what people thought of me. Dag, I should have did this, but I was complaining about money. Dag, I should have did this. All these reasons. Let's not say dag. Maybe that's a New York thing. Let's not say darn or whatever your thing is from your country or state that's watching this. Let's not say that. Let's just say F it, go. You understand what I'm saying? Forget it, I'm going to do it. Forget it, I'm going to do it. Before I close off the show, I just want to tell you guys, I'm not going to say I'm trying to. I am working on something big for my show. Please, if you want to support my show, number one, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this information to somebody that needs it. Number two, I need new cameras, new laptops so I can really set the show off, and I want to be in a facility. Please help me build my brand new show. You can either one of two things: cash at me at $KaleafWins, or go to my link in bio and hit me in PayPal. Please, I'm trying to build something big. This is a passion project, and guess what? It's hard, but I'm here to do it. Pause. So let's get back to the commentary. And before I do, let me run the original video that I had before so you can think before I close up the shows, and I'll take some comments. Let's go.
Legacy is every life you have touched. Your legacy is every person you have met whose influence was felt by you. Every single person.
So I want to be remembered for a person that did his best to leave people better after he met them. I want to be remembered for that guy who truly adds value to the lives of everyone in some capacity.
At the end of the day, the goal isn't to live forever. The goal is to create something that will.
So I don't look at legacy exactly like I used to, of being, the business and the way of life that I pass on to my kids. Now I look at it a lot more like how I respond to really small everyday situations. So it helps me to realize there's some things in the legacy I'm passing on that I need to change, and
Facts.
I need to grow through that.
So when that day comes and we're all going to meet it, we're all going to hit that finishing line, what do you want to be remembered for? What's the legacy that you're going to leave behind that people will remember your name for? Is it going to be that you were Employee of the Month, you never upset anyone, you were good at this and an average Joe? Or do you want to leave a legacy that showed that you were a mover and shaker, that you lived life on your terms? Because, at my age now, I go to more funerals than I go to weddings, baptisms, and everything else put together.
Facts.
And the stories that come out about people, the way they're remembered, just proves the legacy they leave behind. Leave a legacy, not a tombstone.
And now to know that there's a good chance that this is something that could potentially be around well after I leave this planet, it's a good feeling.
Hey, thank you for coming to my show this morning. Welcome to the Morning Motivation Show. This is my last show of the week, you heard. If you want to support the show, please donate to help build my show. $KaleafWins in the cash app on my link in bio. Subscribe and share to my show. Let's go. Hey, yeah, just bounce with me, morning bounce. Just bounce with me, morning bounce. Listen, everybody watching this, we got one life. We got one life to live. We got no reset button, you heard? I'm imperfect, but I'm still grinding, you heard? Don't think in a negative mindset. If you need help, it's out there, you heard? Listen, you got one life, I got one life. What are we gonna do that's gonna outlast us? Run my video back. Look at the strategies, implement your strategies. Pick up the Infinite Talk Podcast, Eric Castillo. Please follow him on Spotify. Pick up to the show, Soror Kiva Smith. Yes. Everybody, live your life. Make it happen. Stop making excuses. Go on a trip. Take your PTO. Let it go. And check this out. Thank you for joining the Morning Motivation Show. This is the end of my show today. I want you to have a great time. I'll see y'all next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern a.m. Yeah, just bounce. Just bounce. Just bounce for me. Just bounce. Just bounce for me. Just bounce. Just everybody do the morning bounce. Hey, in my snuggie, you heard? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for the love, Chris Blues. Thank you, Eric Castillo. Thank you, everybody. The topic of the show is do something to outlast you. Please run the track back. The show inspired me because I went to a funeral with somebody on my in-law side of the family who was a great person. Their stories motivated me so much that I had to ask myself, what am I going to do to outlast by my time here. What mark are you making? What market I'm making? This show is one of my marks, you heard? Stop sitting on your gifts. The time is now. We don't know the time of day that we're going to dip from here, right? We don't know nothing that what's going to happen, but we got to do something that outlasts us. I'm going to run it back because I want everybody to get this dead serious business. Get this right here in terms of solutions on how you can, some ideas on how you can leave your mark. I'm going to add it right quick. Number one, start with your family. Document your family traditions. Write down family stories, recipes, oral history. Create a digital time capsule of your family yourself. Don't you wish that you had family members, great-grandfathers and stuff like that when you had tons of content and video? And you can say, wow, that's where I got that from. Wow, that's why I'm an artist. Wow. Eric Castillo's a great example of that. His father wanted to do radio and did radio in a particular capacity, and now he got a lit podcast called Infinite Talks, podcast with Eric Castillo. There he goes right now. Go to Spotify, listen to his track. Thank you, Chris Blues, for joining the show. I want everybody to have a great day. One more time. Write a series of books. Books will always outlast their authors. It can give other generations in your family and friends an idea who you are on a deeper level, because when you speak for yourself, nobody can speak for you and share your voice. They can't whitewash your history if you're writing your life. Start with your family is the first one. We live. Things mess it up. Create your art. If you're a painter, create as many pieces as you love to. Your kids will appreciate that, or your first cousin, your second cousin's 100 years from now. Ooh, my cousin 100 years back was an artist. Look at his work. Create as much pieces. If you're a rapper, create as much albums as you do. Don't do it for the industry. Do it for your kids. Let them know that you lit. Please make clean versions, because I make clean versions. That's how I got away with it. Don't be saying, ooh, I'm trying to pop the pune to your kid. I'm not just saying. But like, do your art. Create your art to leave your lasting mark. If you're a content creator like me, create as many videos as possible, because my daughter likes looking at my shows. She goes on YouTube and she be one of like my 33 subscribers. She's like, oh, not subscribers, but views. Let's get that twisted. She's 8. She ain't got no channel. That's really weird. Anyway, she likes hearing my voice. This is a mark I left. So if I dip, she has at least 19 episodes of the show and 100 other 80 videos on my YouTube channel. Make your mark. Everybody have a great day. If you want to support my show, you heard, I see Infinite Talks, you heard. Have a great day. This is Hump Week. Don't let your job define your day. Don't let the depression define your day. Seek mental health therapy resources. They're out there in your job and your company. Live your life. Don't you feel, just live it, yo. I'm sorry, I'm supercharged. Everybody have a great one and enjoy. Welcome to the Morning Motivation Show. See you next week.